This is my 2012 Ranger 620 powered by an Evinrude 250 E-Tech HO with a 15 horse HO kicker. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this boat a little bit. This boat has got a wrap on it. It was put on at Ranger, and the actual color of the hull is black, as you can see below. The outside of the boat and the top cap, the majority of the hull, this wrap will come off before the sail, but the majority of the hull is this Silver Fox mist, as you can see right here, and a little bit in the back. That's the actual color of the top cap and the outside. The number 1 and number 3 stripe on this boat is going to be that biggest one there, surrounded by the silver, and then that lower one are platinum mist, which is the inside hull color. And then the middle number 2 stripe is called the raspberry mist, and you can see it right there a little bit on the fender. I'm going to go ahead and probably climb in here. This boat's got a 101 pound Terrova, Minn Kota Terrova. And that is powered either by foot pedal or the remote. And this remote is got some really neat features on it. You don't need to have, it's wireless, so you can be in the back of the boat and fish with it. You got speed, an anchor button, some other features on here. You can store a few tracks on here if you want to, but you have either option for that. And then I'll climb in here and we'll go over the rest of the stuff on here. So up on the bow here, I've got a Humminbird 958, and that's got a transducer right on the head of on the lower unit of the Minn Kota. There's a live well switch to the right here, and also a trim for the big outboard. Then there's a storage on the left and a storage on the right. And then over here we've got a cooler, and on this side is a bait well. Now these are brand new seats also. These seats are meant for the color package that I ordered. So I did just trade in the old seats and got my new ones on here. And there's the other two, and there's also two other seats that you can put in either of those holes in the back. Moving back, we've got the rod locker in the center, and that will hold up to 12 rods. The graph up front is Ethernetted to this 1198 on the bow. The bow graph is Ethernetted to the one on the console here. And this graph does have down imaging and side imaging capabilities. It's got a side imaging transducer that's got a Y cable to a high-speed transducer, so you're able to mark fish when you're on plane running, but when you slow down, it'll switch over to the side imaging transducer, and you can either run in a two-dimensional mode, as you can see on the left, or there's down imaging on the right. So it does have that. This boat has got a AM/FM radio with a CD player, so you have that if you want to rock out. Glove box. And back here to the outboards, we've got the 250 HO and the 15 horse HO, and the 15 horse actually is a 2-stroke, but it's very quiet and it trolls down very well with this boat, and I do use it quite a bit, so it's a good combination. The two motors are connected via hydraulic steering, so as you turn from the wheel up front here for the big motor, the little motor is going to turn with it. So any trolling that you do will be conducted right from the cockpit here. The upper throttle here is for the big outboard, and then the lower throttle is for the kicker motor. And there's the key for the kicker motor, so everything, and then the keypad for the 250 is down here with your other buttons to control the live well lights. I've also got a Minn Kota 101 pound engine mount, electric on the back, on the cavitation plate. That's also can be used for trolling, and that's got a control box right here behind the steering wheel. So again, you have that option. This boat's got snap-in carpet, and right now it is in. In a matter of a couple minutes, it can be pulled out. And then there's more storage here. More storage on this side. There's 4 batteries in the floor here. 3 for the electric motors, and 1 for a starting battery and powering the electronics. As of November 2012, this outboard had 120 hours on it. 45, half the time basically was at idle speed. I have had absolutely no problems with this motor. One of the really neat features with these HOs is that you can winterize them yourself on the water. All you need to do is have the boat in the water and a couple commands up here at the cockpit, and it's basically winterized. So there's no need to take it to a dealer to have it winterized. You can do it right there yourself. The live well has got an oxygenator in it to help keep your fish alive, and that's that big black ring down below there. Again, I've got an engine report from last year. I did not run one this year yet, but the temperature range was operating well. I haven't had, like I said, I have not had any problems with this motor. What else do we have here? I'm going to keep four of these Ram rod holders on the rail. I'm going to have 4 bases, 2 on each side, and then there's also 2 more bases up front. There's one right behind the head of the Minn Kota there, and one on the other side. This boat also has a custom travel cover and a cover that's custom built for each of the outboards. One for the kicker motor and one for the big outboard. And we'll jump out and take one more look at the outside of the boat here. Tandem axle trailer. This big outboard has a 21 pitch Rebel prop on the back. That came directly from the factory. That's the stock prop for this setup. And once again, I will remove this wrap prior to the sale. And the color, the main color of the boat is going to be the Silver Fox Mist. Right back here. With the number 1 and number 3 stripes being the Platinum Mist, and the number 2 stripe being a Raspberry Mist.